Meeting the educational standards using a makerspace in an elementary library. The term makerspace has many different meanings, but the overall idea is the same. In my elementary library, the makerspace is a place where students learn, create, develop, and play with low-tech Legos to high-tech Sphero robots. They get to experience and create with new technologies like virtual and augmented reality, which, with other activities, allow them to create meaning out of their learning. What are you teaching them? They look like they're playing. This is a school. They should be learning. These are the words I feared hearing from administrators and naysayers when they came into my library and saw children participating in maker activities. While a majority of the feedback and research on the maker movement is positive, there are a few opinions to the contrary. Most of the negativity surrounds meeting the demand of the state tests and proving students are learning and how to justify grading of maker activities. The best way to rebut the negative comments is to explain all of the benefits of the maker mindset. Students learn so much more than content when participating in making. They learn how to persevere through the iterative process of creating, which allows them to problem solve and reflect on the process. There are three people in particular who have helped to shape how I see makerspaces and helped me to silence the voices of the naysayers. They are Carrie Young, Mrs. J, and Colleen Graves. Carrie Young created a resource that finally pushed me into beginning my makerspace. She mapped out the National Library standards to makerspace centers. Finally, I could tie the standards directly to our makerspace activities. I no longer had to worry about how to justify what the students were learning. Mrs. J is my personal favorite. She is also the person I chose to interview as my maker expert. I look to her for inspiration for many reasons. She's an elementary librarian and uses center-based maker activities. She has perfected all of the areas that I'm most worried about. She has standards like the English language arts, math, and science, in addition to the library standards. She mastered all the art of grading maker activities with both a rubric and a badge system. She has also taken it to the next level by creating circulating maker kits for students to use at home. Colleen Graves is the ultimate maker guru. She is a high school librarian who is sought out nationally for presentations. She has co-authored a book which is like the Bible of makerspace activities for all levels. She continues to provide resources that make the maker movement in schools reach its fullest potential. When students are involved in the maker process, they are able to meet so much more than the library standards. They are most likely using math, science, and language arts. In addition, they may be using technology. Now that we know what students are learning via the standards, we need to think about how to assess them. While some may argue that assigning grades to the makerspace activities may limit creativity, it is a requirement in most schools, so we must comply. Grading makerspace activities can be via a traditional rubric, awarding badges, or keeping a journal. Or it could be a combination of all three. While the maker movement has traditionally occurred in the library, it can also be successful in the classroom. Brooke Brown has created STEM bins, and I feel they are the easiest way to implement the maker movement in the classroom. Her kits provide students with simple materials that encourage students to build, create, and explore. So, where is the maker movement going? What is the next hot idea? For me, it is augmented and virtual reality. While experiencing both augmented and virtual reality is cool enough, students can learn how to create using these mediums as well. Being able to share their learning via augmented or virtual reality will enrich their learning experience. Students can create their own augmented reality content with Panoform and Aurasma. Using Panoform, students create a drawing on top of a specially made grid. They upload the finished drawing to the Panoform website and then are able to manipulate their design as if it was a 360-degree video. With Aurasma, students create content in which an image is a trigger which will then generate an aura. My students used Erasma to make their math riddles come to life. Virtual reality allows students to explore the world from the safety of their classroom. It can be used as a writing prompt or as part of a research project. The possibilities are endless. But what if they started creating their own virtual reality projects like a tour of the school? The maker movement helps students go from consumers to creators. I will leave you with a video that I feel encapsulates the wonder of the maker movement. It is one of my students' reactions to the art bot that his group created. After that video is a QR code that links to a curated selection of resources I feel are helpful in creating and maintaining a library makerspace.